The Ministry of Wildlife Management and Protection, in conjunction with the International Cryptozoological Society, present, in association with BBC 4 and 3/4, and the Radio Film Board of the Dominion of Canada, with assistance from the Iqaluit Regional Police, presented by our good friends at Morley Cigarettes. Morley. Whether at work, home, or school, nothing calms the nerves quite like a Morley cigarette. Available now at your local supermarché and pharmacy. The Abominable Snow Monster and you. Tips, tricks, and survival tactics for making it through the mating season. The Abominable Snow Monster. Hard to believe in this day and age of automobiles and sock hops that some people don't believe in them. Yet, they're real. Every time this year, they come down from the mountains and the world over. They're seeking out for food for the energy they need to mate. And the food they get the most pep from to make the little bumbles is you. Modern movies lead us to believe the Abominable Snow Monster is cute and can be trained.
Open up! Isn't a fit night out for man nor beast. Here's the man. And here's the beast. Now calm down, I reformed this bumble. He wants a job. Looky what he can do. And he doesn't even need a stepladder.
Small, soft toys endear them to little children's hearts. But make no mistake, the Abominable Snow Monster is a terrifying hellbeast of death and destruction. Welcome to Buttercup Elementary School. Miss Leach knows all too well of the horrors of abominable snow monsters. Let's listen in as she tells her students why.
All right, class, come to order. At the beginning of the school year, I said I'd let you know why I'm missing my left leg, but at the time, it wasn't right then. Now that the first snowflakes are falling, it's time to let you know. But first, I would like a show of hands, please. How many of you believe in the abominable snowman? Less than half of you. Well, hopefully by the end of my lesson, I'll have a few more of you convinced. When I was your age, I didn't believe in him either. What I did believe in was a licorice whips and Bing Crosby's lips. It just so happens that the abominable snowman likes licorice too. The scent reminds him of abominable snow women. Do any of you know what a pheromone is? It's the scent a female releases when she wants to make friends with a snowman. As I was out cross-country skiing in the park, the abominable snowman caught scent of the licorice I had in my pocket. I was singing White Christmas to myself. I didn't hear him sneak up, and by the time I knew what was going on, I was already face down in the snow, and the monster was clawing away at my pocket. Abominable snow monsters are big, strong, and smell like a hobo's foot. I didn't stand much of a chance, but I was so scared and so angry because of how bad he smelled, I took one of my ski poles and I stuck it in his eye. He ran off and I had to crawl home. I didn't look down at my body. I just knew it hurt. And when my mother found me, she screamed because my left leg was hanging on by just the thread of a muscle. Betty dear, if you're going to throw up, just do it inside the desk. The doctors had to remove my leg, and to this day my mother says that's the reason I'll never find a husband, because I wasn't prepared for the abominable snow monster.
That's quite the awful story. But it's true. Men prefer a healthy woman with everything where it should be. One such place people like Miss Leach go to heal is the Mount Arsonic Center for Mental and Physical Therapeutic Rehabilitation and Child Daycare. Deep in the basement is the B-Wing, and in one special room in particular, 1B37, is the Abominable Victim Rehabilitation Unit. Meet Amos. Amos fell victim to a snow beast when he was 16 years young. Say, Amos, what has it been like living with your abominable wounds for these 30 years? Say it ain't so, Amos. You see, folks, Amos had his jaw ripped off by an abominable snowman. That's just awful. I agree. You are wasted potential. I understand. Weep all you want. Really? Your mother said that? Well, women are cruel creatures, but it's not their fault. Their heads are shaped differently, and it warps their brains. Your father was right to divorce her. I agree. Our time's up with you, Amos. Thank you for sharing your deformity with us. Why, sure. You can borrow my belt. So long, pal. So how do you keep yourself from becoming a spinster like Miss Leech or a writhing mass of tormented flesh like our friend Amos? Let's ask a scientist. Dr. Sandra Stam is a Dutch-born scientist who has spent time living among the abominable snow people. Hard to believe, I know, but she really is a scientist. Dr. Stam, in many ways, the abominable snowman is a lot like us.
I suppose that's true, other than them being 9 feet tall and covered entirely in fur, and habituating frigid high altitudes and frequently inhospitable weather, and also they eat people. But yes, in that they are bipedal, we are a lot alike.
I see that, in addition to your PhD in ethology, you have a minor in Sassmouth.
We Dutch have a word for that. It's called progression.
I take it since you're here today, you didn't speak to the abominable snowman like that.
Mating season makes the abominable snow creatures aggressive, and there's something in our biological makeup that stimulates this aggression in the creatures. It is why they feed on us only at that time. Outside of the mating season, by maintaining the proper respect for the territory, eventually the abominables came to welcome me in their society.
That's fascinating.
Yes, they are remarkable creatures.
No, I meant you're able to show respect to anything.
Well, I never!
It's surprising that not all people who believe in the abominable snow monster feel they are a threat. Hippies are young people with big ideas. They partake in counterculture activities, smoke marijuana cigarettes, dress with their shirts untucked, and generally present an image of rebellion. Also, they appear to be allergic to shaving. One such collective of hippies have formed an organization to protect the abominable snow monster's way of life. They call themselves People Interested in Saving Snowman Habitats Everywhere and Doing It Safely. Or Pissheads, for short. Meet Sunshine.
The abominable snow people are noble creatures. They are the fuzzy knights of the north, defending their mountain homes from capitalist fearmongers. Down with the white man, up with the snowman.
That's enough out of you, you silly woman. Hippie pissheads are narrow-minded idealists unable to see the big picture. They believe in doing what they feel is right as opposed to doing what the right thing actually is. In many ways, they are a bigger threat to our national security than abominable snow monsters. Don't believe me? How about an example? Here we see Sally and Johnny out for a hearty constitutional on a sunny Sunday afternoon. They're bundled up in woolly toques and toasty warm mittens. But are they really prepared? Let's find out. Enjoying a pleasant stroll, kids?
We sure are!
It's a frosty day. Did you come prepared?
You bet! I'm wearing a scarf my grandma made me.
That's just swell.
And Johnny has on his dickie.
It's just like a turtleneck.
It sure is, Johnny. It sure is. Say, do you think warm clothing and a wholesome attitude are all you need out here in the snowy woodlands of Canada?
Maybe a thermos of hot cocoa.
Ha ha! Maybe, Johnny. But do you know what you do in case of abominable snow monster attack?
My big sister says they are beautiful creatures and they won't hurt us if we don't hurt them.
How about you, Johnny?
My father said I should duck and cover.
Well, let's see who's right. Here comes one now. Well, look at that. The abominable snow monster knocked Sally's head clean off. And there goes the big fella. But it left Johnny alone, because he ducked and covered.
Gee, why is that, mister?
You see, Johnny, the abominable snow monster's vision is based on movement. If you drop to the ground, curl yourself into the smallest ball you can, and don't move, the big old snow monster loses sight of you.
Wow! I'll be sure to let my friends know. Duck and cover. That's the way to go.
It sure is, Johnny. Now you better collect your friend and go give her hippie sister a heads up. The abominable snow monster is clearly a dangerous spawn that crawled up through the cracks of the Dark Lord's dominion below. Who would want to protect that? Other than godless communist hippies, of course. But as Johnny just proved, there are ways to protect yourself. Of course, there's one person who knows a little something about abominable snow monsters.
Up in the North Pole, Mr. Claus and I are right in the middle of abominable snow monster country. We know just how dangerous they can be. While he's overseeing the elves, making sure he gets the toys ready for all those good little boys and girls, workshop defense falls on my shoulders. I've set up a dual-layer, 15-foot-high barbed wire top fence around the perimeter. Deployed at 10-foot intervals are 180-degree swivel, motion-activated defense turrets. Each is armed with 30mm hollow-tipped white phosphorus bullets. Spread before the walls are M18 Claymore anti-personnel mines positioned at a 60-degree arc, facing outward from the wall. Between the first and second walls are attack reindeer. While they are vicious, we don't expect them to eliminate a mass assault. However, they will delay the monsters long enough for the M2A1-7 flamethrowers to be deployed. Despite all that snow and ice in their fur, the snow monsters will go up like protesting monks when they get hit with fire like that. It's a common misconception that the abominable snow monsters are like the undead, that they need to have an oak stake driven through their hearts, shot with silver bullets, or have their brains destroyed. Not true at all. They're big and they're vicious, but they aren't anything good old-fashioned military-grade hardware can't put down.
While abominable snow monster attacks are possible, defending yourself from them isn't. Let's review the ways that you can survive. Never carry licorice, cause it smells like a snow monster's hoo-hoo. Snow monsters are aggressive during the holidays. Don't be their friend. Duck and cover. It protects you from more than just atomic bombs. There you have it. Abominable snow monsters are real, and you can survive their ghastly horrors. The proof is in the pudding. Of course, your best friend in any situation is a Morley cigarette. Its smooth, mellow taste is perfect at any time. Good night, folks.